Right folks, first session of the week. I know it's a Saturday morning, but absolutely rode off with like an out cold type thing. So I had to guard that because obviously I didn't want to be taking time off work. So if I had been in here and just emptying the tank out of the energy, then I probably would have been off work, because I tend to find that when I've got something like this, if I went and did a load of training, it would just absolutely destroy me. It would really dig in and get into me deeper. So all I've been doing is taking loads of multivitamins, loads of vitamin C, and just trying to shake it off a bit. So this is probably day 4. So I am feeling a bit better. It's still in my nose and my chest a bit, but anyway, we're going to try and get something done today. It's not going to be great, but it's going to be something. Definitely still feeling weak. Just getting wee sweaty flushes already, just thinking about my workout, but we're just going to crack on and just put one foot in front of the other. Some sort of session is better than no session at all. So anyway, let's get this Saturday done, and then we'll mount the football later on with the Island. So we have a friendly today against Green Island versus Island McGee. So at home. So let's hope that the results go our way today, because we've actually had quite a decent pre-season so far. But it'll be a challenge for us today, because we've got a few boys out, a few boys really just kind of getting in the pre-season because of long-term injuries that they've had, different things they got there. So yeah, it'll be good to get a few boys a run out that hasn't really had the opportunity as of yet, simply because of injuries. So and I expect Green Island to be a very fit and organised team. Anyway, we're gonna go and get this workout done, then down to Island McGee and meet up with the boys, and hopefully we get a wee win today in our pre-season. So let's smash on with it, guys. Happy Saturday.
Now is the moment to start making your impact. When you want this thing as bad as you want to breathe, that's when you find a way.
The fact that you're still alive and still on this earth, even though it's been challenging and rough, and sometimes you get discouraged and uninspired to keep going, God has a plan. You will grow through what you go through.
Don't be sad, be grateful. Don't dwell, do. Don't complain, create. We got this.
I would breathe courage into your life. And courage is a result of confidence. You have never seen a courageous person that didn't have confidence.
Human potential is not of any kind of measurable limit. It can go as far as you desire, or as far as you have the courage to walk.
How do you stand up to massive external pressure? Courage. And courage is something.
It's not bigger than your purpose. And even though you have been crushed in this very moment, you still have your calling. Flip the switch from weakness to winning, from hurting to conquering, from losing to champion. What I've learned is to always keep going. Always. You know, there's been times, particularly early in my career, where it just feels like this is the end. But what I've come to find out is that, you know, no matter what happens, the storm eventually ends.
I went to college. I went and worked out 5 hours a day. And I was working on construction. Because in those days in bodybuilding, there was no money. I didn't have the money for food supplements or anything. So I had to go to work. So I worked in construction. I went to college. I worked out in the gym, and at night from 8 o'clock at night to 12 midnight, I went to acting class 4 times a week. So I did all of that. There was not one single minute that I wasted.
Are you the person that's projecting a different you to the world on social media, on your websites, in your meetings? Are you projecting a different you? Are you the same person in private? And I know that there are multiple versions of yourself, or even I have multiple versions of me, but are they consistent? I want to ask you the question, are you aware of your why? Are you aware of your why? So now that you've discovered, okay, I'm not doing what I want to do, and I need to learn how to do what I want to do, and I need
to be different. Even being different can be difficult to a lot of people. But I guarantee you this, there's nobody in the world that can do you. When the time comes, what would you leave behind? What legacy will be left behind?
realm that I step into, I will dominate. I am determined to win, no matter what season I'm in. When you counted me out, when you rejected me, when you overlooked me, when you ignored me, I waited painfully in obscurity for the opportunity to take the throne. I am your replacement. Your rejection has forged a new fire inside of me. Man, I'm climbing the ladder. I'm bringing my team. I'm coming for magazines and movie screens.
But yet did so little. There comes to a point in your life that you must recognize that there's a little bit more that has to be done than just complaining about it. You have to realize that you don't have any other opportunities waiting for you if you're not willing to work for the first opportunity that's been given to you. You don't have a lot of time left, so there's no reason to go. Sometimes people tend to get a little lazy. Sometimes people like to put themselves in this little bitty box and just say that they are okay with where they are. There can never just be an okay to anything when it comes to that life. There should never just be a complacent mindset. How do we evolve? How do you evolve? How do you grow? One thing about success, there are going to be many struggles. There are going to be many challenges. And there are going to be a lot of things that you may not so much to do. But doing it and sitting around waiting for it to happen, it's just going to stay in neutral. You have to electrify the desire that you have, that you once had. So the next time you feel like complaining, you feel like worrying, and you're so concerned about other things that doesn't necessarily concern you, ask yourself, is it making you better? Is it taking you higher? Are you going further? Or are you just being complacent? Complacent and complaining.
As an entrepreneur. Yeah, I mean, I can typically tell, right? I can tell by their passion. I can tell by their focus. I can tell by their preparation. You know, there's a whole realm of things in any business. Here's the business you're in, and here's 1,000 things that influence whether or not you're going to be successful. You know, through my experience in businesses, I can put myself in this position and say, okay, here are 900 of the 1,000 things he has to be aware of, and then go through and ask. And by how many of those or her issues they've been able to address already, that kind of gives me a sense of how hard they're willing to work. You know, and I can tell by the questions they ask me. So all I have to do is say, okay, what do you want to know? And you know, when they start saying, what should I do? They ask you. Yeah, and that's fine, right? And I want them to ask questions, but you know.
Say I'm the #1 motivational speaker in the world. And when I was number 20, I started saying, I'm the #1 motivational speaker in the world. And I went to the computer, and the world said exactly what I said. That Eric Thomas is #1 in the world. I spoke
here. So listen to me. There's those of you that I want to be a millionaire. I want to be like you, like Pac, but you don't have the spirit of Pac. You like love Pac. You like listening to Pac. You like listening to Biggie. You like to talk about the grind, but you don't really know what the grind's like. I know what the grind is like. I was homeless. I ate out of trash cans. Now, go on the internet right now. I'm one of the #1 speakers in the world. I started from the bottom, like you like listening to it and see. Started from the bottom now. Yo, what's your bottom? What is your bottom when you've been worshipped since middle school? You've been tall your whole life. It's your dream, and they don't have to understand, and they don't have to like it, and they don't have to do it. It doesn't make a difference. It's your dream, and you, my friend, have been given the task to make it happen, and you can't let anything stop you from doing what you were called to do.
Study strategy over the years and achieve the spirit of the warrior. Today is a victory over yourself of yesterday. Tomorrow is your victory over lesser men. There is a student mentality in all of us that must be tapped into. A student is resilient. A student is disciplined. It is only through discipline that you will experience the freedom of a warrior. A student never surrenders. See, the strategy is the plan. The strategy, the game plan, the plan.
That was tough.
The recipe, the
Dunk.
how.